Hi, I'm Matt Corba. I'm the creative director at The Odd Gentleman.
Oh, hi. I'm Matt Daigle, and I am the co-creator, co-writer, along with my wife, Kay Daigle.
So, where did the idea for this game come from?
That's a long question. It's been a constantly evolving thing. It started off with we wanted to make a musical, and then we collaborated with Matt and Kay Daigle, who write the webcomic That Deaf Guy, which is a very hilarious comic about a deaf husband and a hearing wife, which they also happen to be. But the humor in it was very similar to my writing style that I put into King's Quest, and it was funny even if you're not a part of the deaf culture. And we thought they would be great collaborators. And then from there, we ended up hiring on a deaf animator, deaf designer, deaf artists, and just expanding the collaboration. And it's kind of tricky to say how we got here, but we're happy to be here.
Yeah, I was going to say that's why it's such a great story, is that the creative team here is telling a story that we wanted to be a good, authentic story. The information, the roots of where it came from, all of the ideas needed to be from a person who had the perspective of the deaf culture. Our protagonist here, Melody, is a deaf girl who is on a journey through a musical universe called Harmonium.
Matt, what's been the biggest challenge for you personally when making a game and being deaf? That's a big question.
Well, it is a big question. I think the thing is, how do we create entertainment that satisfies a larger audience? I think people have focused on, this is entertainment for deaf people, this is entertainment for hearing people, but we want to create something that is visually based, that each person from every culture can understand. Melody's journey is going through a coming of age. It's like, what are the barriers she faces? How does she ameliorate those barriers? How does she achieve success? We wanted everyone to see a person doing that in a game and having fun at the same time while using sign language. It's a visual language which requires one's face and body to move as they communicate. And we use those elements to create the puzzles. So this is an exploration journey, and that's like the best answer I can give you for your question.
Is it hard nailing down that animation when you're using sign language in a video game?
Yeah, I mean, Matt will agree with me. It's been a constant process of changing and iterating. We have a very talented animation team, but our pipeline is pretty tricky for this. So we end up, a lot of times in media with something like this, a consultant would come on after the script is written and kind of just put their stamp of approval on it. That wasn't really good enough for us. We didn't feel like that would be the most authentic way to tell this story. So the script is actually written in ASL and English kind of simultaneously, going back and forth. And then Matt serves as our ASL master, and he'll do a reference video. And then we actually have two actresses who are both Filipina and deaf, and they will take his reference and then act it. We'll hand that to our animation team. We have two deaf animators who are extremely talented, and they will animate it in ASL, and we'll go back and forth and make sure that it's accurate. It's all hand animated. That was important to us. Instead of using mocap, we wanted to actually play with making it stylistic, and it's been a huge learning process and challenge, but we're pretty excited to see the result.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say ASL is a visual language, clearly, but it doesn't use just one's hands. It includes the body, facial expressions, facial affect, to know whether you are being asked a question or wanting to give a response. It includes a lot of details that wouldn't exist in spoken English. So we're able to represent all of those things, and Melody displays them dynamically throughout the game. And ASL and English are not the same thing. They're different languages, which required some tricky translations. You want to keep the meaning of whatever the original language is, but the target's got to be funny too, so to find that place is a challenge. It's been fun. It's been a great experience. I think everyone who sees it is going to enjoy it, and they're going to appreciate having learned about a visual way to communicate.
What are some of the challenges when you're balancing story, design, and education in a game like this? And does one favor over another?
Yeah, so we never set out to make an educational game, and this is not an educational game. It's an entertainment product. Obviously, if you play through it, you are going to pick up some stuff and learn stuff. But our goal is actually that someone finishes the game and they are inspired to take an ASL class afterwards. That said, like Matt can talk more about this, but one of the goals of the game is sort of inviting people into that deaf culture and sharing it.
Well, and to learn sign language, and maybe even before you've taken a class, you run into a deaf person that you need to communicate with, and you have some tools tucked away back there because you played a 6-hour video game, and you learned a few things along the way.
Matt, what do you think is the biggest misconception from someone who knows nothing about the deaf community?
The biggest misconception is that deaf people don't like music. Oh, they can't hear? How can they enjoy music? Come on, there are so many deaf people. I have deaf people have a variety of hearing losses. Some people hear certain instruments. Some people hear lots of music if they have amplification. Some people enjoy the vibration of music. Some people love to see drum shows. There are many ways to engage music. Some people like to see songs signed out loud. And it's for each deaf person to understand their own way and their own relationship to music.
Matt, when does the game come out, and what platforms will it be at launch?
So we have not announced the release date yet. We're not too far off, but we're not. It's not around the corner or anything either. Currently, our announced platforms are it's coming to Game Pass, so that will include the Xbox family of consoles and PC, and it'll also be with Netflix on mobile platforms as well.